You know what you're gonna realize? You're gonna realize, my gorgeous Aquarius, who was behind all the problems that you've been going through. I mean, for the last couple of years. I mean, it's not so much about who is exactly behind these problems, but there is some kind of information which you are going to have. And this information which you are going to have, you are going to become aware of on the very 2nd of November, 2023. And this very information which you are going to have, it's really going to confirm that there is a one specific person who is almost been kind of making other people to think in a specific way. This particular person is very dark in terms of their energy. This particular person is like very selfish. This particular person is extremely money orientated, and it's really sad what money can do to people sometimes. And I say this so many times because money, you know, when some kind of money ends up in like a hands of like a wrong people, you know, and I'm talking about the spirits and I'm talking about the souls who maybe had it so easy throughout their lives, you know, only because somebody else was working really hard for them, for example. And sometimes people just end up having so much in their lives, and through the money and finances being good, like throughout their lives, they really lose themselves in all this. They lose their balance completely, the balance that I suppose they never had in the first place. But it's sad because it really, money can really bring the worst out in people. And what am I trying to say here, my gorgeous Aquamarini? That on the 2nd of November you will kind of have this information. Not kind of, but you will have this information, and this information is going to prove like something to you because you were already kind of aware of this. There were like a few different people that were sadly like kind of like ganging up against you, and these few different people are not meant to be ganging up against you. I spoke to you about it before so many times, and that's why it has been so difficult for you, because these people are meant to be like a prominent people in your life. Please don't get me wrong, like I'm not saying that every single person in your life was ganging up against you, but I'm just saying some specific people who are meant to be like, you know, like a really fantastic family members and things like that, you know, they have sadly shown, you know, their real face, their real true colors, as they say. So this is like something that has been going on in your life for a while, and because you're so intuitive, you're highly intuitive, you already knew that there is a specific person who is like kind of behind all this and kind of directing these people almost to kind of think in this particular way. And this kind of blew you away completely because it's to do with a certain people that has been part of your life, that have been part of your life for like, you know, like since you basically know yourself. But you need to be strong, you need to be smart, and you need to be clever, because this particular situation, this particular realization, this particular news and message which you are going to have, you know, on one hand it's still gonna kind of like maybe throw you out of balance a little bit, but you are gonna react to it like, oh, I knew it, kind of, I knew it, that this is who is behind this. And now you need to understand that you are most certainly one step ahead of not only that person who is directing these other people to be against you, but you're going to be one step ahead all of them. You are so smart and you are so clever, my gorgeous Aquamarini. You knew all this is going to happen. You are really kind of going to reconnect with yourself on a completely different level, and it looks like that you are gonna have absolutely enough. But no, baby, no, it is not time to come out clean. It is not time to say everything that you think. No, baby, everything that you know. No, baby, no. You need to be smart, you need to be clever, and at this stage of your life, you most certainly and most importantly, you need to keep things to yourself. Where is this gonna lead to? that's the 2nd of November. Already by the time you come to the 15th of November, already you are going to become aware of a certain events that are going to become very attractive to you because of something completely different, something to do with social life. But once you go to this particular event, there is like someone that you are gonna come across, and that particular person who you are gonna come across just out of the blue, you're gonna have a very intense conversation, and something is gonna come to the surface, and that person is gonna tell you what is happening in their lives, and then you're gonna be like, bloody hell, this is happening in my life, like I can't believe this. Something really specific that has been going on in your life that brought all these worries within the last 2 or 3 years. You know, you just felt for so long like you are by yourself. You're like by yourself, you know, like when it comes to this, because it's to do with like so many different things, it's like a quite complex situation. And the fact that this particular person is going to mention something, and this is going to immediately like kind of remind you of your situation, and you're not going to believe this, and then you're going to find out what that person has done and the way his or her problem like kind of unfolded, and you will see that, you know, absolutely it's all going to boil down to one particular thing, where you're going to realize that you need to kind of move on, you need to kind of do something when it comes to that particular problem, that particular issue. You see, it is not only about money and the finances and people becoming extremely greedy in your life, but it's about you realizing and knowing what exactly do you need to do right now in order to protect yourself. It's almost like as if it's like going solo and doing things on your own, doing things on your own terms, but you're still part of something, if that makes sense. So you need to be very smart and you need to be very clever. You're actually gonna become extremely excited about this, because this in itself, it's really going to show a whole new beginning when it comes to your life. This in itself is going to show you, a whole new beginning when it comes to your life. Do you know what? I'm listening because my Coco is unwell at the moment, so I thought that he's mowing, but it's like, I think there are like birds making noises outside. Anyway, so this is something that, you know, when this happens, you know, it's going to be so important, because it's really kind of going to make you realize that, you know, that you're going to need to do like things on your own, by yourself, but not as such, if that makes sense. I really hope that this is not kind of too confusing, but I think by the time the month of November comes to an end, this is absolutely going to become obvious like never before. So, but now at this stage, you just have to be very, very smart. You're going to realize by the time you get to the 27th of November, for example, you're already going to have like a plan complete. By 27th, it's going to be a big mama here, like a big, massive, giant mama, because you are going to have a plan. You're going to have a clear plan how exactly you're going to do this, but it's still not going to be the time to come out clean when it comes to this. Only when it comes to like the actual January and February 2024. When it comes to January and February 2024, this is the time when you are going to be able to come out with it, with your ideas, because there are other things that are going to happen until then, where certain people are going to be just driving you kind of nuts, and certain people in your life are still going to be kind of demanding something from you, persistently demanding. I mean, come on, it's your number 61 when it comes to numerology. This is a very powerful number, but it also means that you really need to snap out of something, and that is going to require from you to come out of your comfort zone. People have been demanding things from you for so long that they shouldn't have been demanding, and this is what this is all about. It's about people demanding things from you, and you have given your all. You gave so much, and the more you gave, the more it was like kind of taken away from you. So now, my gorgeous Aquamarini, you're gonna be smart, you're gonna be clever, and you're gonna put an end to this, you know. But being smart and clever Number 61, Big Mama here. It's also about you keeping certain things to yourself right now. The time is gonna come when you're gonna come clean and you're gonna say exactly what your plan is. So it's about you splitting up from something, but you're still part of something. So you're doing things on your own, but you're still part of like something. I really kind of hope this makes sense. As I said, it's all gonna be absolutely obvious to you, because I can tell you that this in itself is going to change your life. It is number 61. Every single bastard thing that you've been through, my gorgeous Aquamarini, over the last 2 or 3 years, the worst you felt, the better it's gonna be for you right now when this happens. You were like giving, as I said, your all to things that you were doing. You helped to so many people. You played an absolutely mind-blowing role in so many people's lives, and people were just taking and taking and taking. And on top of that, they maybe like they even accuse you of stupid things that you've never done in the first place. So this is why you're gonna feel like you're coming out of some kind of chains here. So the bottom line is that you are gonna end up like doing things on your own, and you know what, you're actually on your own terms, and you're actually gonna be so much happier, so much better off. Do you know what? These little snakes in your life, you know, in like about 2 or 3 years time, they are gonna be begging you for help. They're gonna be asking you for help. And then, my gorgeous Aquamarini, it's gonna be entirely up to you whether you're gonna help these people or not. Because these are the people that I'm talking about. What they are doing, they're gonna bring things like to the brink of destruction. They're gonna destroy things in their lives. And you don't want to. You don't want to allow this to happen to you, okay, and your life and everything that you've been working for and all the energy that you've put in. It can all be destroyed within like 1 month. Do you know what I mean? Something that you've been working on for absolute ages, for absolute years. So this is all about you living your life, enjoying your life, coming out of chains, and most importantly, preserving yourself, preserving your energy, and preserving everything that you have been working so hard for such a long time. My gorgeous Aquamarini, this is gonna be a really, really important, and I will tell you, for the first time in absolute ages, you know, things are really moving on nicely. If you would stay, number 61, it's all about like the fact that if you will stay being part of this situation, we are talking about the lost souls here. We are talking about the lost spirits who would just keep on demanding and demanding and demanding, and they're lazy, they're not nice, they're dark, they're negative, and they're only going to affect you in such a negative way. And you're not going to be happy until you kind of do this, and until you kind of, you know, basically, until you do something about it. And thank God that right now things are about to start happening here. Things are about to start changing, and you are going to end up being so much better off. You know, you will realize in the months of November, you know, how, you know, to what extent things have actually gone. But at the same time, there is this, you know, wonderful person, an older person in your life. I've been talking about this person for so long. An older person who is like very sensitive due to their age, and they're becoming more sensitive and more sensitive and more sensitive as the time goes by. As the time goes by. Well, that particular person is going to pleasantly surprise you. Really pleasantly surprise you, because that particular person is going to recognize you. It's going to recognize you for who you are. It's going to recognize you for exactly what you've done. And this is going to mean to you so much, because it's coming from someone really prominent. And that person is also going to give you something, and you are going to end up having more in terms of like certain things that these other leeches, you know, in your life. You're going to end up having more, but sadly it's not going to be enough in order for you to kind of make prominent decisions. And this is why it's all going to still kind of contribute towards you understanding that at some point you are going to need to kind of go in your own way, but it's all going to make sense for you, to you indeed. Number 61 in numerology, my gorgeous Aquamarine, Aquamarini also means that, you know, at around like the 6th of November, you know, at around the 6th of November, you are going to have this like kind of, you're going to look at someone and someone who hasn't got anything to do with your life, and that particular person, some kind of stranger, and that stranger that you're going to come across, that you're going to see, is going to remind you of somebody in your life from a long time ago, somebody in your life from a long time ago. And then that is going to trigger some kind of memories, and the memories that are going to be triggered, it's like now suddenly you're going to remind yourself of the way you used to live and the way your life used to be, and you're going to like this really nice, gorgeous and simple energy. But it's more about the lifestyle. There is something that's missing in your life right now, and you're going to be reminded exactly like what is missing in your life through these beautiful feelings that you're going to have. And this in itself is going to kind of give you a really important idea when it comes to you starting a new project, you starting something new here. But at the same time, in order for you to start this, you are going to need to make an important decision, and it's going to kind of be leading towards you understanding that you have to be very patient. But then again, don't worry about the fact that you need to be patient. It's more about whether this is a wise choice or not, and most certainly it is a wise choice, because it is going to lead towards you living so much happier life, like on daily basis. This is important because it's also to do with a very strong part of your destiny that you must not ignore, and this will be coming back into your life over and over again until you realize what exactly this is. This is indeed a lot to do with your lifestyle. It's maybe the way you used to live, it's maybe where you used to live, maybe what you used to come across every day, the feelings and emotions, you know, something is kind of going to be so important here when it comes to you knowing which step you need to do in order to come back home to yourself. You're healing and ascending onto the completely next level of your journey, and this in itself is absolutely magnificent in so many different ways, my gorgeous Aquamarini, indeed. And look, you're evolving, my baby. You're most certainly evolving. Look, when I shuffle these oracle cards, love, thy will be done. I can no longer hide, I can no longer run. No, love, thy will be done. Love, thy will be done. My gorgeous Aquamarini, what am I doing? So now, let's just get this. You see, these are the oracle cards that I wanted to take out. Love, thy will be done. The guiding light, the light that gives me power to keep up the fight. I couldn't be more satisfied. My gorgeous Aquamarini. Okay, my gorgeous Aquamarini. So, love, thy will be done. So now I'm just going to shuffle these oracle cards, and when it comes to this month, I just felt the need to do this. Okay, relax, baby. You are going to be able to relax as well, and it is important. This is more like you need to understand that you have to do something for yourself. You need to reward yourself. You need to do something special for yourself. So this is what the relax really means, and that in itself is kind of going to bring an important balance into your life. You've been through so much, you know. Now the month of November is going to be miraculous, because for the first time in a long time you will be able to, you know, to see things clearly. And this is brilliant. This is absolutely brilliant. And also when it comes to nutrition, my gorgeous Aquamarini, when it comes to health and things like that, you do need to understand that you have to, like, you must boost your immune system. And I highly recommend you to get something like organic camu powder or capsules, which is a natural form of vitamin C. You know, I never recommend ascorbic acid because it's a bastard. Ascorbic acid, it's not a natural form of vitamin C. It's one of the chemical concoctions they came up with, like calling it vitamin C. Love thy will be done. No, baby, no. So it's organic camu camu. It's going to give you a natural source of vitamin C. Take that in combination with zinc picolinate, highly absorbable version of zinc. Take that with vitamin D3. Take that with also, like when it comes to vitamin D3, K2, it's also really important to actually take. But if you don't take K2, then you just need to take vitamin D3 with a little bit of food or something which is going to help your body to actually absorb this, okay? And also it's basically organic camu camu, vitamin D3, zinc picolinate, K2, that's optional whether you take vitamin D3 with food or you take it with K2. And also, what else I was going to recommend, my gorgeous aquamarini, would be absolutely a must. Organic echinacea, it's like a big mama. Organic echinacea, I've been taking myself for absolute years. It's one of the most powerful herbs you can take in order to boost your immune system. I highly recommend you to take this every now and then, baby, every now and then, okay? It's so important. Organic echinacea, I recommend you to take like in a liquid form, and same with the supplements that I recommended. They must be without any chemicals, without any unnecessary ingredients. They need to be natural. Otherwise, no, baby, no, I do not recommend. Same with organic echinacea. I recommend you to take it in the actual liquid form, okay? Because it's much better in my opinion, and it's going to be absorbed by the body much quicker. And echinacea is so powerful because it's got the ability to boost our immune system by increasing the white cells count in our body. So it is significant indeed when it comes to cold, flu, and all these type of infections, okay? But also when it comes to echinacea, you take it for like about 8 to 9 weeks, then you have a little break, couple of weeks, then you take it again, 8 to 9 weeks, and then you have a longer break. So the bottom line is you don't take echinacea all the time. You only take when you feel it for a little while, and then you stop. And that's why I think it's absolutely brilliant, because it does work brilliantly indeed. And also, my gorgeous aquamarini, the problem is when it comes to you, it's a lot lately with your digestion and stomach problem and stomach issues. You have been very sensitive indeed. Therefore, I highly recommend you to keep on taking organic moringa powder if you have got like a problems with your stomach, but also at the same time something like organic chlorella. It's absolutely brilliant because it's going to help you to flush out the toxins out of the system. Absolutely superb. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, then you just need to check with your doctor or GP. Only they can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. So now, my gorgeous aquamarini, I'm going to start with the very first day of November. Now, the very 1st of November, please pay attention to the very 1st of November, because there is something that is going to be on your mind as soon as you wake up. There is some kind of issue, some kind of problem, which is going to be on your mind as soon as you wake up. But the problem is that as soon as you become aware of this problem, you're going to go in an instant mode of like, oh God, there is nothing I can do about it. No, baby, no. No, baby, no. You having this problem on your mind on the very 1st of November, it's a very significant time for you to remember. It's the 1st of November. So you go 1, 1, 1, 111. This is a big mama. This is telling you that this problem will come to an end. This is telling you that this problem you will resolve. This is also telling you that that in itself, it's not going to be obvious as soon as you become aware of this problem issue that you've had for a while. All you need to do is just to make the first move. Make the first step and see the way things are going to resolve. Something is going to happen which is going to give you hope like never before. And after that moment onwards, everything is going to start unfolding in the most beautiful way. You just have to trust yourself, trust your power, and remember that you're very smart and very unique indeed. So that's on the 1st of November what I need you to pay attention to. The second important date is going to be on the 5th of November. This is brilliant because on the 5th of November you're actually going to have this Do you know what's going to happen on the 5th of November? On the 5th of November, you are really going to feel really great. You're going to feel really good. You're going to be working on something. You're going to be expressing yourself like ooh la la in terms of creativity. Some kind of project that you started a while back, and some kind of project, something that you're working on, something that you have been working on. You've started with this project a while back, and this means to you quite a lot, and you are going to be working on that particular project, for example, and you're going to be enjoying yourself so much. And now suddenly something is going to come to you, some kind of realization. You're going to become like it's very difficult to explain the way this is going to happen, but my gorgeous Aquamarini, when it's time to do something, when the important time comes to us, then we just reflect like never before. So the energy of creativity just kind of it's a very unique energy on its own, which pushes you to kind of towards certain things that you wouldn't kind of feel brave enough to go towards. And suddenly you are going to have this realization, and you're going to become very determined, you know, that to actually sacrifice something in your life. You're going to realize that you need to sacrifice something. You're going to have absolutely enough at this stage, at this point, and you're going to realize what exactly you need to sacrifice. And at that very moment, when you realize what exactly you need to sacrifice, at that very moment in time, the process of change is going to start. This is so important. At that very moment in time, you're going to have an enlightening experience in itself, where you're going to start seeing every single aspect of your life in a completely different light, you know, and what was scaring you so far, it's going to start becoming really, really funny, because you're also going to start realizing here how you are a step ahead of so many other things and so many other people in your life as well. You are really kind of going to be so inspired like to actually make this sacrifice, like oh my god. But at the same time, as soon as you become aware of what this sacrifice is, you're already giving a birth to some kind of creation that you were like kind of holding back. You are giving birth to something really important that was waiting to be born in absolute ages, baby. So this is important. You are literally walking from one dimension into another. This is how important this is gonna be. This is bringing your confidence into your life, and you're gonna, that confidence is gonna help you with your own reflection when it comes to you realizing for how long you've been restricted, for how long you couldn't do what you want to do, for how long you couldn't do what you wish to do, for how long you had to act in front of certain people. You don't need to live your life like this any longer. And this is why this is ever so important when it comes to your balance, my gorgeous Aquamarini, because seriously, it's going to reflect on every single aspect of your life. And when it comes to the actual, basically crystals, I highly, highly, highly recommend you look at the gorgeous Larvikit. Absolutely stunning, absolutely stunning. Look at this, look. You see, this absolutely beautiful, silvery, shiny color. When it comes to like a light or the sun, it's very, very interesting indeed. Larvikit, it's very, very special, especially when it comes to calming and stabilizing effect. You know, it's got a calming and stabilizing effect when it comes to our mind, when it comes to emotions. It reduces stress, anxiety, worries, and most importantly, negative thought pattern. You will be able to break the negative thought pattern, but because you have been through so much for so long, it's absolutely natural to kind of have a little bit of that paranoia. It's natural, you know, that slows you down. You know, the fear and paranoia, sometimes it's good, you know what I mean, because, you know, we're aware of negative things. That's natural. But then again, when certain negative things are going on in our lives for so long, almost as if it like kind of gets stuck at the back of our subconscious mind, and it's affecting our decisions that shouldn't normally be affected or questioned, you know, whatsoever. So this is why I highly recommend you Larvikit, my gorgeous Aquamarini, something that you're going to find extremely beneficial and immediately has got a calming and stabilizing effect, you know, on the mind and emotions. And I think that you can do with this like really nicely. This gorgeous Larvikit comes with sterling silver chain, and in order to buy this, I think link is going to be up here or up here, and the link is also going to be at the bottom as well. And the next important date is going to be on the 11th of November. 11th of November is like, ooh la la, baby. You know, you are going to have such a big time, such a big day. You know why? Surprise, surprise, baby. Love, thy will be done. I can no longer hide. I can no longer run. No, 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 love, thy will be done. Love, thy will be done. Listen to me very carefully, my gorgeous Aquamarini. On the 11th of November, you are, you are gonna have this vision. You're gonna have this vision, this moment. You are gonna have this vision, and this is so difficult to explain. You're gonna go into completely different dimension. You're gonna find yourself within a completely different dimension, because we've got 11, and it's November. It's the 11th month of the year, so it's all about your own personal spiritual awakening, baby, which is going to happen on the 11th of November. First of all, something is gonna happen to you, and something is gonna open your eyes like never before, and it is gonna be one of the biggest wake-up calls of your life. But it's gonna feel good, it's gonna feel brilliant, but at the same time it's gonna like kind of lead towards you. It's gonna trigger this vision which you're gonna have, like, oh my god, you're gonna have this vision, and this vision is gonna be brilliant, like what you want to do with your life, and this vision, it's so important when it comes to you moving forward. At the same time, you have no idea how powerful this is going to be. You have no idea what impact this is actually going to make on your life, and it's going to kind of throw you out of balance a little bit, because there are going to be a couple of parts of that vision that is to do with something that you never thought about before, and this is where things are going to start becoming very, very interesting indeed. You're going to realize, you know what, I'm missing out on life here, and this is going to throw you out of balance, and you are going to go into a bit of a hermit mode, after that, and that's so needed in order for certain things to come to the surface. And when it comes to the hermit mode, you're gonna realize that this is something that it's gonna bring this is gonna change your life like dramatically in the best possible way. This vision, it's also like kind of going to pretty much so it's going to be an important part when it comes to you living your life in a certain way, but also at the same time saving money, and at the same time this is going to be beneficial and positive for your money. But at the same time, that vision, at around that time, there is also going to be an important message which you are going to have, and an important message which you are going to have is going to make you feel really good, really happy, because you will know that you can speed something up, and it couldn't have happened at a better time. It couldn't have happened at a better time. And this is when you're going to realize how intuitive you are, how spiritual you are, and you're going to feel really in touch with your own spirituality. You're also going to have the need to smudge your home with a dry sage or something like that. And I highly recommend you to do this, my gorgeous Aquamarini. I actually recommend you to do this right at the beginning of November, because you've been through so much, you've been through so many negative things, and then this just leaves like a negative energy, like a residues around us. So I really highly recommend you to smudge your home with dry sage right at the beginning of November. On the 1st of November would be fantastic, because you go with these numbers, or on the 11th of November it would also be brilliant. But I would highly suggest, if you ask me, to actually smudge your home on the very 1st of November at the beginning of the month. You're gonna get rid of the negative energy within your environment, and you're also gonna get rid of the negative energy within your home. This is so important indeed. The next important date, my gorgeous Aquamarini, is going to be on the 16th of November. This is so good, because someone is going to really surprise you, pleasantly surprise you here. That's one thing. Someone is really going to pleasantly surprise you. Somebody whom you have been helping to, and maybe this is your child, maybe this is your friend, but someone is really going to pleasantly surprise you, and you're going to feel really proud of yourself. But on another note, the 16th of November, it's also, you're going to feel very happy, because some kind of wish It's gonna come true. Some kind of wish, something that you wanted like for so long, like, oh my God, some kind of wish is gonna come true. This is really gonna mean to you so much. Honestly, on the 16th of November, some kind of a wish is gonna come true, and this is gonna mean to you so much. You are gonna feel so happy. You're gonna be so happy because this is really going to surprise you. You did not expect this to happen right now whatsoever. So something is gonna happen much sooner, but it's also going to be so much better that you could have possibly imagined. This is going to surprise you, but you're also going to become aware of so many possibilities here that you are going to become as optimistic like you've never been before, seriously. So it's all about you finding yourself like facing these possibilities, but also it is going to feel like, you know, after the 16th of November onwards, your life is going to feel like a whole new adventure. It's about to begin because of this. Absolutely brilliant. And also at the same time, yes, the darker side of things is that on the 16th of November, by the end of that day, you are gonna be kind of hear about someone lying to you. You're gonna become aware of like three people. You're going to become aware of like three people lying to you, and this is something that it's really kind of ooh la la, push you even more towards your own project, baby, what I was talking about before. And when I was on about your own project that I was talking about before, listen to me very carefully. This is not only going to make you feel so much happier, you are going to start a process of healing when it comes to your spirituality after everything you've been through, but at the same time, financially, I mean, come on, this is going to bring the life of luxury. I'm not saying that you're not living luxurious life now, but there are so many other aspects that are connected to it when I say the life of luxury. This is both to do with spirituality, you doing what you want, but also on financial terms, you are really literally going to be so much better off, indeed. So now, my gorgeous aquamarini, I'm just going to recommend you another crystal, which is absolutely stunning, ruby zoisite. Absolutely gorgeous, but I don't know if you can see this look at the stunning colors. They go so well with my room. Look at this green, pinkish, little bit of pinkish, absolutely stunning. You know, this in itself is brilliant when it comes to meditation, when it comes to promoting happy feelings, because as soon as we wear this, we feel so much more optimistic and we feel so much more happier, especially when we are worrying about something, when we are stressed about something. You know, it's also fantastic for vitality, growth, and you know, it brings healing and positive energy into our lives, but at the same time it re-energizes us, it gives us energy, and it's also fantastic when it comes to attracting a good luck, especially when it comes to us, like, you know, working on certain things, working on certain projects, you know, needing to speak to certain people that we find important and things like that. It's just in general, it's bringing a good luck to people, indeed. So this is why this is such a highly valuable stone, my gorgeous aquamarini, indeed. I highly recommend you this. So don't forget that this brings healing and positive energy, but it also re-energizes you, and it's making you more determined, especially at the time when you feel really down, really weird, and really like kind of spaced out. It really kind of tend to show you the way, you know, and it helps you to forget about things that are constantly, persistently make you worried, you know, the things that are consistently like kind of popping out in your mind and affecting you, you know. So it helps you to be stronger, you know, it brings this powerful balance into your life. So this gorgeous ruby zoisite, it also comes with a sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is like, you just click here or here. I'm not too sure on which side is going to be. I think it's that side. I think this is going to be your right hand side, if I'm not wrong. Otherwise, it's going to be like the link is going to be in the description below. The next important date is going to be on the 30th of November. Now the 30th of November, it's like really you need to understand here, there is something that is going to happen which is going to make you just a little bit insecure, and that in itself you're going to realize it's a lot about you having difficulties adapting to new circumstances, and this is going to create a lack of balance. So now this is how the day is going to start. You know, you are going to feel a little bit of insecurity because you are going to have difficulties adapting to new circumstances, and this is a lot to do with what is going to be happening on the 27th, 28th and the 29th of November. You will see exactly what I mean, because one of the leeches are going to come up and they're going to be demanding something again, okay? And so almost as if they're going to be like implying some kind of new way that you should do what you should do. And then by the time you get to the 30th, you already, just remember what I said to you at the beginning of November, you're already going to have a plan in your mind that you really need to be smart about and keep it to yourself. At this stage of your life, you have to be very, very smart. You have to be very, 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 very clever. Okay. But this is what is going to cause the situation on the 30th, insecurity, because you're going to have difficulty adapting to new circumstances, and this is how it's going to start. And then there is this, after that, there is this opportunity that you're going to become aware of, a very interesting opportunity which is really going to surprise you. But then again, this opportunity, you know, it's like something that it's almost immediately going to make you like feel really strong. You're going to become very assertive about this opportunity, because intuitively you will know that this opportunity is actually going to it's nothing to do with this, nothing to do with what I said, but this opportunity is something really personal, private, which is going to help you to kind of forget about this nonsense that you shouldn't even be paying attention to you right now. So this is to do with you maybe having a fun, this is to do with you kind of maybe going out with someone or something like that. So intuitively you will know that this is going to be the right thing to do, and you are absolutely right, because this is going to kind of lead towards you connecting with somebody really significant here, who is like kind of going to, you know, basically, you know, who is gonna kind of bring the best out in you. It's somebody who is gonna influence you in such a beautiful way when it comes to you understanding that you need to be a leader of your life, when it comes to you understanding the power of your passion. This beautiful person is really going to have such a gorgeous impact when it comes to your life, but at the same time it's going to like really give you a really specific information. So you're going to be told something that you didn't know, that is going to scare you a little bit, and it's nothing to do with your life, it's to do with things that have been going on the outside. And it's going to be a little bit scary when you're going to get this information from this person, but it's going to be brilliant, because that particular information is going to be something which is really ultimately going to make you do something that you wouldn't normally do, making a certain move, certain step, like as quick as you can. But this is the part of your journey. This is the part of everything. You're coming out of your shell, and doing something that you wouldn't normally do. And this is clear, a sign, an indication that the very negative and dark stage of your life has slowly but surely come to an end. Absolutely brilliant. So now, my gorgeous Aquamarini, I'm just going to see what is going to happen to those of you in relationship. Oh la la, baby. Something that you've been worrying about so much within the last 3 months. You've been worrying about something so persistently. You are going to have a reason for celebration. Pam, 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 pam. Da 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 dum. Da da dun, da da dun, da 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 dun, da 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 da. You're going to have a reason for celebration, my gorgeous Aquamarini, for those of you who are in relationships, for something that was really bothering both of you for the last 3 months. You know, it's fantastic. It's like you will see an outcome of both of your efforts, and you're gonna feel so proud of yourselves, both of you, because you made certain moves and you did certain things at the time when everybody was saying no, baby, no. And now you're gonna be able to prove this point, not to yourself but also to the other people in your your life who were like saying, no, no, don't do it, don't do it. So now there is going to be an incredible outcome where you're both going to realize how smart and how clever you are, and you are going to be able to move on with both of your lives like big time. This is going to enlighten both of you. After this moment, you're going to start seeing things in a completely different light, and especially when it comes to those things that have been preventing you from kind of moving on. It looks like that both of you have become bored like with certain aspects of your life, and this is really important to actually move on. We need to make the most out of life, indeed. So this is what this reminds me of. Okay, so you are going to find yourself, like both of you, on some kind of like a spiritual quest here, which you are going to absolutely enjoy. And for those of you who are single and ready to, hello baby, for those of you who are single and ready to mingle, listen to me very carefully. You know, like someone has broken your heart. My gorgeous Aquamarine, who broke your heart like this? It's like it's bleeding, like it's, I can't touch it because I'm gonna have a little bit of red blood here, yeah? It's bleeding, it's bleeding, it's bleeding. No, it's like basically someone broke your heart so much. And it, you know, I don't know when this happened. It could have happened like ages ago. It could have happened recently. Only now, for some reason, you're gonna realize how someone actually affected you. Maybe it was some kind of Mr. Lover. You know, maybe it was somebody who you've seen like every now and then suddenly you realize, you know what, I want a bit more of Mr. Lover. Do you know what I mean? Maybe you know, it's difficult to say, but the bottom line is that you're gonna realize that someone really kind of broke your heart. And then, you know, this in itself, this is very interesting, the way you're going to realize this as well. It's very interesting the way you're going to realize, you know, it's going to happen in a really weird way. But this is important because first of all, it's going to be weird, and then at the same time, because you're going to realize you still fancy someone, you still like someone, and then you're going to find this really amazing, and you're going to feel really happy because almost as if you're going to realize that this is something that was holding you back. And you're going to be happy because you are also going to realize unless you let this person go in your mind, you're not going to be able to move on. And now you're going to realize for the first time, I'm doing this now. I'm going to let this person go. Bye, bitch. I'm going to let this person go. And that's exactly what you're going to do. And now this is going to feel like some kind of different experience, like a spiritual experience, honestly. And it's brilliant because at the same time you are doing the right thing, and this is going to mark the return of balance into your life. So first of all, you need to identify who this is. You need to say to them au revoir. You need to say to them goodbye, see you later. And then I don't know what was that au revoir. I think it was meant to be like in French, goodbye or something like that. I have no idea where this came from. I don't know. I have no idea where this came from. It just came to me. Maybe some kind of French spirit around me. Hello, darling. Message for Aquamarine. You're gonna get an important letter, and you must not an important letter or an email or a message, but you must not overreact. That's the message from Spirit. You're going to get an important email, message, letter where you're going to freak out for a second, but then you just must not overreact. You need to let things settle a little bit before you do anything else. That's the message from Spirit. Thanks, my darling. So now, yeah, going back to the relationship here, it's like basically, yeah, this is important for the single ones. So as soon as you work this out, almost as if like you are going to have like a little you know, a little ceremony with yourself. Seriously, you're gonna realize that someone's stolen your heart a little bit, and the sooner you let this go, the sooner you're gonna allow somebody else to come in. And that's what you need to do, because this was messing your balance for so long, and it's just closed all the doors. Subconsciously we're waiting for this particular person when there could have been 5,000 of them, you know. No, not really, but you know what I mean. So this is important. Okay, my gorgeous Aquamarine, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Love you. Bye.